What's up, fellas? In today's video, I'm going to go over some branded dropshipping stores, as well as the criteria for branded dropshipping and how you can do it yourself, because this is how people really make money in e-commerce, is they take their existing product and turn it to a brand. It's a lot better than pump and dumping stores. I've gone over it in some of my other videos. So yeah, let's hop right into it. And again, if you've seen any of my other videos, you'll know that this was my store that I sold a few years back for multiple six figures. And yeah, they haven't really changed much, but as you can see, yeah, I started selling like one of the original products. You can see there's me. They're still using a video of me apparently. And then I started adding other products like this one with the fan, this one with like these chakra stones, this new version, this version with like LED lights. Yeah, and then I started getting custom content going on TikTok and Instagram, uploading organic content. That's when organic was really popping off. So I got like 160,000 followers on organic pretty quickly as well. And yeah, scaled this up, made money every month, made 30, 50K a month, and then, sold it on a down month as I started my new store and still sold it for six figures. So that's why branded dropshipping is great, because you can cash flow the whole way and then you can sell it at the end. Whereas if you're just pumping and dumping, sure, maybe you'll do a little bit of revenue, make a few bucks, but you're just on the constant hamster wheel and you're not going to be able to exit it when all you have to do is a few things, which again, I'll go through at the end of the video. Here's a pretty simple one, pretty low revenue right now, but I thought it was pretty unique. And what they did is they just got some custom packaging for this little like bang hair clip or whatever. Pretty low AOV. I wouldn't recommend that, but it's a good clean website using Shrine theme. Yeah, it looks good. And all they did was just basically get a little bit of custom content, which you can do for super cheap. I'll talk about at the end too, and get some custom packaging, which again, you can get for a few cents per order, depending on, the product size and stuff like that. So this is a pretty low revenue brand, but I thought it was pretty cool. And stay tuned to the end because I'll show you a multiple seven-figure per month branded dropshipping brand. And they're absolute killers. This next one, these guys have been around for a few months. I'm sure if you've been doing any sort of like research, you've seen this product at this point, this biocollagen mask. I wouldn't recommend selling this product. It's extremely saturated already. But their website is, it's clean, nothing too crazy. But they got a new domain, but they were doing, I don't know, 100K visits per month, which generally means that they're doing anywhere from 400 to 800K per month, because SimilarWeb is really wrong with traffic. I've compared my own stores as well as stores that I know. But yeah, it's good. It's clean, nothing crazy. I don't know if this is I think some of these are their content. And all they did is they just got custom packaging, which again, you can do for super cheap. Some custom packaging, some custom content, and that's pretty much it. That's branded dropshipping. This next one, I showed this in my other video, but these guys actually went out and completely created like a new bottle. So they're originally selling just this, which I'm sure you guys have seen, Lure Her. So they didn't even change anything, but they were scaling like crazy. Let's see their SimilarWeb. Because it's EU. I'm in Portugal right now, so I'm sure their US one is a lot higher, but these guys are definitely scaling well. Good, clean, some information here. I like these bundles. They're really clean. They're not like the typical, like ka-ching bundles or anything like that, or Shrine bundles. So it looks really clean. Got some good UGC, bunch of testimonials here. These, which is just obviously made up, but I like how they put like the images as opposed to like the Shrine one where it just shows like, like the little counter thing. So this looks clean. Got some good UGC images here. I don't know why they still have this image. It's, I guess it works, but it's obviously looks like a stock photo. Good little section here. Nice little, this might be completely made up. But good UGC images here with the product, so it looks good and clean. And then yeah, they were doing so well apparently that they went out and either basically just repackaged into this like nice, this obviously looks significantly nicer and more branded. So this is kind of like the next step in branded dropshipping, is expanding your product line. And I would guess that they probably didn't like custom formulate anything. They just repackaged it and made it look a lot more like nicer. And that way you can generally sell it for more too. Like this looks like it almost looks like a designer type package. High-end perfume coupled with science, so it's scientifically proven, and they're still using the same UGC videos from their original one. Spicy saffron, I like this section. This is good. Shows the ingredients, for the people that care. The most important part of your landing page is above the fold, but yeah, basically what I'm trying to show you guys is the websites just need to be good and clean and convey the information and the copy that the people landing to your site need to read. People are coming here because, they want to attract women. So this stuff is straight fire. This is my secret weapon. Ladies notice, show interest, major confidence boost. So they have this above the fold on mobile because obviously that is a very big selling factor in this men's perfume, is to attract women. This next one, this is actually like another YouTuber, I'm pretty sure. It's a pretty ridiculous product, but these guys are doing, multiple millions per month, and it's just this ugly little, it's not custom. I'm sure they have some custom packaging, but basically all they did is they just went super hard on TikTok, created like a huge organic following, and they sell like crazy on TikTok. And I like this bundle that they have here. This is probably custom built, but yeah, it looks super good, super clean. And the images are also really good. I'm assuming that these are all custom, or they paid for them. Really good images. Good videos. Showing the before and afters. Products like this, it's really good because you can show before and afters. Tons of images here of before and afters. Boosted confidence. Videos of big girls using it. So this is a problem-solving product. Infinity hoop running, comparing to not even comparing to another brand, just comparing to another form of working out. More testimonials. So yeah, it looks clean. All right, the last one I'll show you guys is these guys. They're absolutely crushing it. Yeah, these guys, let's check their similar web. These guys are doing, 3 to 5 million per month. And their funnel is, look at their visits. And they're a branded dropshipping store, right? They're just from China. They have some custom logos, but I'm sure they have some deals with their supplier now where they can buy like batches at a time and get it turned around super quickly. So clean website, problem solving, nothing too crazy here, but what's really crazy about them is their ads. I know they run a lot of native ads, but also on Facebook, what they do is they have hike footwear here, but they also run from a ton of third-party pages. I saw some earlier when I was looking, but from My Health Guide Facebook page, Dr. Susan Facebook page, stuff like that. Let's see if we can find any right now, just so I can show you guys. Yeah, like here, David and Lucia Health. So this is a page running to, they're running to a listicle here or some sort of advertorial. So these guys crush on advertorials and VSLs and native ads. They're pretty far ahead of even where I'm at as far as their advertising skills. And I'm not saying that, you guys need to do that right away, but it's definitely something to get inspired by and know that you can still ship from China and have a multi-8-figure brand. All right, so branded dropshipping, right? So what are the product criteria that I look for? So a lot of people talk about, you can sell some fashion, which you definitely can. It's a little bit harder just to sell normal fashion and make it into a brand unless you have a very specific niche that you're going after. So I showed a video a couple months ago of Old Money. I think they're doing a really good job because they're selling a lifestyle. They're not necessarily selling the products. So that's a brand I'd go look at if you're into fashion. But generally what I like to look at is definitely problem solving. So problem solving or shortcut, right? An example of a product that's problem solving and a shortcut The most obvious example is Ozempic, right? It's essentially the magic weight loss pill that everyone's talked about. Um, oh man, this shit is laggy. Sorry, don't look at me. Just listen to the just listen to the video. This OBS on my computer. But yeah, so Ozempic, right? It's the magic weight loss pill. So it solves the problem of the person losing weight, but it's also a shortcut, right? They can lose weight without exercise. They can take it and they can lose 10, 15 pounds in a month. So it literally is like the perfect combination of problem solving and shortcut. And that's why it's a multi-billion dollar industry already, is because of that. So problem solving and shortcuts. And then next thing I like to look at is it's actually high quality. So you want to sell products that are, I mean, just not shit. Like, you know, at this point, like you look at a product, you look at some like little stuffed animal or whatever. It's like, yeah, it's cool. Like you can make a few sales, but it's not really like high quality. It's, you know, like these hike footwear shoes, like they wouldn't be scaling to 3 to 5 million per month if these weren't like actually high quality. You know what I mean? Like, they would get tons of negative reviews, and sure, they can scale. They probably could have scaled to like 10, 15 million in a year, but then there would be word of mouth, reviews, a bunch of bad things. So this is obviously a very high quality product, and it's problem solving. So that's why that works well. Next thing is great margins. So I prefer around 4x. 3 to 4x I think is minimum markup. So, you know, if you buy it for 15 or 10 or 15, you got to be able to sell it for like 40 or 50 or even $60. So the perceived value has to be high enough to where you can mark it up with those margins. And it's the perceived value has to be high enough to where you can mark it up with those margins, and people will still be like, okay, yeah, this is a bargain, this is a good deal. Next thing is saturation, right? So I was going to make a little chart. Like, you can sell saturated products. The only thing is, the more saturated, the harder it is, right? The more saturated, like if you're trying to sell like teeth whitening stuff now, you have to come at it with, you need like an insane offer, a new mechanism, a new form of like teeth whitening. But if you try to go sell like the High Smile purple toothpaste, like Snow Teeth Whitening selling that stuff, High Smile selling that stuff. So the barrier to entry and the competition is just going to be very difficult. So unless you come at it with insane creatives and a really good offer, it's just going to be hard. So likely you want to go for a product that's like fairly new, or find a variation of a product that's worked really well. So that's something to definitely keep in mind. Another thing is it easy to understand, right? Can you convey the benefits of the product in a 30-second video or even an image ad? The easier it is to understand, the easier it is to convey the value, the more likely that you can succeed more quickly, right? And that's pretty much my product criteria. Like, these are by far the biggest things. And then obviously saturation. Like, I'm not going to be selling super saturated products. It's just, you can, but if you do, go to different markets, right? Like a bunch of the EU dropshippers, they just take saturated products in the US and go sell it in like Germany or the Netherlands or France. But with that, you need to like do translations, and you know, it's generally like a lower total addressable market because those countries are smaller and they have smaller GDP than the US. So you can do that, but the return is going to be lower than if you can make something work in the US. The US is just, or you know, English speaking countries in general, you can have by far the highest scale. How to do it? All right, so how to do it. So step one, you need a product with above criteria. So you need a product, whether you already have one or you're looking for, like, just look for something like this, something that solves the problem. It's a shortcut, high quality, great margins. There's one thing I forgot too. There needs to be a market demand. So there needs to be market demand, right? Like the bigger the total addressable market is, like if you're selling a back pain problem, or you know, a dress or the lipstick, something like that, something where like millions and millions and millions of people are more or less always in the market for it, you need market demand. And that's why like some gimmicky shit, like maybe it can work for a while because people see it on TikTok and they're like, ooh, I want to buy that. But you need market demand. And generally, that's why solving problems or like some sort of shortcut, because a lot of people have the same problems. And a lot of people, who have back pain go out of back pain, but then new people get back pain. So it's an ever evolving cycle. So you need market demand. So back to how to do it. You need a product with the above criteria. Like, I wouldn't try and do it with like some gimmicky product. I would definitely follow this criteria. And then once you've tested it, validated it, etc., first thing I would do is just get some custom packaging and images, right? So you can do this, just with Photoshop, just for your website and stuff. But if you just invest, if you have a private supplier, invest in like, a couple hundred packages, that'll cost you like, I don't know, $50 or whatever. They usually have some MOQ, but it'll cost you like $50 to $100 to get some custom packaging. And generally they send over like design files, and you can go on Fiverr and have someone do it. So your total investment might be like $150. But what this will do is, one, you can get, custom real images for your website and for your social media pages. And you can also start to build trust with customers and start getting more repeat purchases. So get custom packaging and images next. And then once you have that custom packaging, you can start getting content. And I've talked about this in some of my other videos, but you can use things at first like Influence is pretty cheap, Fiverr, even Upwork. Just going on Twitter, there's a platform that I just started using called Incense, but it's a little bit more expensive. You have to commit to like a 3-month thing. So I wouldn't do that at the beginning, but start getting content. And with that content, what you want to do is make sure you do your market research, right? So at this point, you probably have some winning ads or some ads showing promise. You need to diagnose those ads and diagnose reviews on Amazon, diagnose articles, Reddit, etc. Figure out who's buying this and why they're buying it. Is it a giftable product? Like, people are buying it for a gift. Do they have a specific type of like foot pain on their arch or something? Like, figure that out. And once you know that, then you can get clips and you can get UGC videos, again, for pretty cheap with, Fiverr, Influ, etc. Figure out, like, is it 60-year-old women buying this? Is it 18-year-old black dudes buying it? Is it 35-year-old Indian women who are buying it? So once you figure out who is buying your product and why they're buying it, you can then go and target those demographics and target those pain points with the content that you're getting. So what you can do is, usually what I do is I get some raw clips. So raw clips and one raw UGC testimonial. So raw clips are just like, maybe an unboxing clip, maybe some try on haul if it's like some face cream or something, just like putting on their face, not saying anything. Just clips where you can like make mashup videos in 11 labs using voiceovers and stuff. And then one raw UGC testimonial. And with this, look at TikTok shop, right? So this is what I mean by raw UGC testimonial. It's like super raw. Maybe even the lighting's a little fucked up, but it's very raw and organic feeling. And especially if you're targeting women, that's another thing in product criteria. Generally, like, targeting women is a little bit better because they're just more impulsive and they buy shit. So raw clips, one raw UGC testimonial, look at TikTok shop. And a good way to get content for cheap too is frame it as a long-term position, right? So you talk to them and you want to frame it like, hey, this is going to be a trial run, $50, $100 for these clips and testimonial. And if it works out, then we can work out a deal for a long term. And usually what that does is, even if you don't, you'll get higher quality stuff because they're like, all right, I want to make sure that I do good. So I get this job. And if they are great, then you can hire them for a long-term position, pay them like $300-$500 a month for 5 to 10 videos or whatever you decide. And then it's a win-win, because if they make really good content, then you do want more content from them. So start getting content. And actually, probably above this, you want to definitely make an Instagram, right? Start posting images, start posting this stuff, connect it to your Facebook Business Manager. And then once you start getting UGC, you can post UGC, run giveaways. Like, you don't have to spend a lot of time with this. Like, a little bit later down the line, you can hire someone on Upwork to like manage this. It's not super difficult, but it adds a lot of brand value. Like, you know, if you're on Instagram and you click at least when I do it, and I click an ad and then it just shows the Facebook page, it doesn't show like an Instagram account, I'm a little bit more skeptical. I'm like, they don't have an Instagram account. So this is just like a branding play, and it's relatively low. You know, it's not that difficult to do, guys. And that is more or less it, right? After this, you know, hire key employees. So content, UGC manager at some point, obviously customer service, video editor, and then someone who can do like graphics, web design, web development, right? So you can get a little bit of custom code, and you can find a lot of these guys for cheap on Upwork. And guys, that's more or less it. Like, those are the biggest needle movers when it comes to creating a branded dropshipping store. You just need a really high quality product that solves a problem or some shortcut, good margin, good market demand, ideally not too saturated. And then it just comes down to making your website, making it feel like a brand, you know, custom packaging, some custom content, custom UGC. And one thing I want to mention about the UGC is really make sure you do your research, because just because you buy UGC doesn't mean it's going to work. Meaning, if you just go and say, hey, you're a girl, make this content for me, doesn't mean it's going to work, right? The videos that you rip from like TikTok or TikTok Shop, whatever, they work because they're reaching the audience that is actually interested in that product or in the market, because TikTok is, you know, they're smart and they know like, oh, this types of person liked it and commented, so these types of people will. So follow those videos, figure out why they're working, and then get your UGC off that, because the content that you get is going to be the biggest thing. And then after that, start adding upsells, cross sells. I mean, you can actually start doing this quickly. And then create branded niche store, right? And a lot of the products that you first add, generally they're upsells and cross sells. Like, I've still been selling like mainly one product for almost 2 years now, and all the other products are just upsells and cross sells, but they help make me still profitable and help increase revenue. So yeah, if you guys have any questions about this, let me know below. And if you are interested in mentorship, again, I don't work with beginners, but if you, let's say you have a winner or something that's, you know, doing well, and you want help, like one-on-one help on how to actually do all this stuff and how to scale it to multiple 6 figures or even 7 figures per month, especially with Q4 coming up, you can click the link down below, schedule a call, and we'll see if we can work one-on-one together. I only take on a few people at a time because, I mean, I'm still busy running my own stores and I don't want to take on too many people, but a lot of you guys have asked, so I'll open it up for, I don't know, maybe 5 more people or something. But if not, you guys can leave questions down below and I'll answer, or DM me on IG. I'll try and answer. Don't just say, hey, what's up? Like, give me like a real question or something, or yeah, I don't know. But yeah, anyways, appreciate you guys watching, and sorry, I don't know why this video is so laggy. Something's wrong with my OBS. I got to figure it out. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and yeah, let's crush it this Q4.